Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Joe Zone on sports. This is the Newswatch 16 update.
Good evening. It certainly has not been a good evening for baseball fans.
The Major League Baseball players are on strike, and no games were played tonight. Sports Watch 16's Joe Zone is live now in his sports office.
Joe, is this strike bound to last as long as that one in 1981?
Maybe the key difference in this one is that at least the two sides are talking after the strike has started. I remember back in '81, they just took off for a couple of weeks and neither side got back together. So I would say that that is something to look forward to. It's interesting, you know, they worked at it today for 6-7 hours. They were talking about it, but honestly, how much could you expect them to accomplish after virtually wasting the first 9 months of negotiations? And while there was some talk, some excitement about progress, in the end, it turns out really they were never that close.
I understand that there have been various rumors and press reports circulating that at some point today we were close to a settlement. If that was true, they must have been negotiating with somebody else. I have never had that opinion. I never thought we were close to a settlement. I don't now. I don't know why those rumors circulated. I don't know why people attributed to the process that which they did, but that's the case. The fact is, it's very simple. We are hung up still on the owner's salary arbitration, salary cap issues. There will be a salary cap, they say. We will prevent players from making what they are worth. They may not have a free market mechanism to determine their salary, and that's that. Without getting into the specifics, we tried every avenue we knew how today to find a way through this dispute to see if there was any significant interest in trying to reach an agreement on any basis that the players could accept. As of this minute, my conclusion is that there is no possibility of doing that.
And consider that that was feared just an hour ago. It tells you that, in fact, they are not very close at all, and we're going to have to sit this one out a while and just wait and see what happens. Karen and Nolan?
Thank you, Joe. So what do you think about the baseball strike? Tonight at 6, we ask you this question: how much will you miss Major League Baseball during the strike? Almost as many callers in our unscientific poll said they'd miss baseball very little as those who said they'd miss it very much. It was 51% to 49%. Thanks for letting us know how you feel about the baseball strike.
At one time or another, just about every little boy and tomboy has had dreams of growing up to be a Major League Baseball player. But as Night Beat reporter Kathy Bellich says, some future Seavers, Strawberries, and Hendersons in Lackawanna County are learning very young that big league ball is much more than a game.
These fans at a Dixon City Old Forge Little League game say this is baseball. Players and crowd loving every minute of it. These kids are just learning about the game, and some of the things they're learning aren't so inspiring.
There's a lot of kids, they want to grow up to be just like baseball players. They see them going on strike, they might not.
Barbara Krakowski of Dixon City says she doesn't like the things this strike is teaching her little leaguer.
It's a game. Whoever wins, wins. I mean, if someone's got to win, someone's got to lose.
What do you think this is teaching them?
That is just money.
But Tom Zarkowski of Dixon City says the strike is just a very realistic part of professional baseball that he's teaching his son all about.
Once you get into business, it is a job. It's more than just playing sports. It's also an occupation, it's raising a family, and that there's more consequences involved than just what meets the eye.
The parents say whatever happens, they don't want their kids to get too wrapped up in the strike. They want them to remember that this is what baseball is all about. Kathy Bellich, Newswatch 16, Dixon City.
For some of us, all we know about Hiroshima is what we've read in history books. But as Newswatch 16's Valerie Devine reports from Pike County, there are those who lived through the bombing and have vivid memories 40 years later.
August 6, 1945, a day in history many will never forget. Those in small towns like here in Milford remember all too well what they were doing 40 years ago when the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima.
Out
Briscoe was a tank commander in combat in Austria. Now he runs a small barbershop in Milford. He heard about the bomb through his friends.
It was a happy day for us because we knew that the war was at an end then. And our outfit was slated to go to the Pacific, but after that bomb was dropped, that made us feel very happy that we weren't going to go there.
Al wasn't the only combat soldier whose future changed with the dropping of the atomic bomb. For Bob Groom, the bomb kept him in the United States.
I was waiting to leave the Army in Camp Fanning, Texas, being discharged from the 2nd Infantry Division. We had just been relocated to Camp Fanning from the European theater, and we're being reformed to move over to the Pacific area.
Bob Groom never had to go, but he still questions what happened in Japan.
Dropping a bomb was a lifesaver. But couldn't they have dropped it someplace else to demonstrate to the Japanese that we had the bomb? Couldn't they have dropped it 100 miles at sea without hitting all the people?
Valerie Devine, Newswatch 16, Milford.
Some encouraging news tonight about baby Jason Johnson, the 16-month-old Lackawanna County boy who received a liver transplant in Pittsburgh back in June. The Clark Summit toddler is now out of the hospital, but is staying with family members in Pittsburgh. We're told it'll be at least a month before baby Jason can come home.
And next, Tom Clark, meteorologist extraordinaire, who will tell us about the 2 H's headed our way.
Let me guess. One has to be humid, right?
Hot, hazy, and humid. 2 of them on the way for tomorrow. The other one on the way for later on in the week.
Oh, boy.
Meet me up back, folks, please.
Hi, this is Jimmy Cephalo. Did you know that somewhere in this country an Oldsmobile is sold every 30 seconds? That means we have the length of this commercial before the Olds you've been looking for is sold. If you come on down to your Olds friends of northeastern Pennsylvania, you'll find the all-new Calais with its aerodynamic styling. The Cutlass Sierra, America's hottest front-wheel drive. The Delta 88, the roomier family car. This is the last year for this large size model. And the 98, the luxuriously styled Oldsmobile. But hurry, time is running out. Phew.
When it comes to auto parts, A&A has the advantage, and the best prices, too.
Protect your car's finish with Super Poly Car Wax, regularly $7.95. On sale this week, only $3.95 after $2 mail-in rebate.
A&A has the largest selection of name-brand auto parts, the best discount prices, and experts to solve your automotive needs. That's the A&A advantage.
Check out one of the 10 A&A Auto Parts stores nearest you.
What's one sure way to keep your cool during the hot summer weather? Well, one way sure proves that New York City has nothing on Scranton. The PG&W water main and hydrant flushing project now going on provides quite a pastime for these youngsters. Keeps their feet clean, too.
I think we're all going to need relief like that later on this week. Are we going to hit 90, Tom? The big question.
Karen, I'd like that to happen. We haven't done it yet this summer. We average about 7 days each summer season here in Avoca with temperatures at or higher than 90. I think we're going to come close once again Friday and Saturday. Outside now, it's much warmer than it was this time last night. It's become mostly cloudy, and there's a comfortable breeze blowing outside. 69 degrees now, humidity 64%. The wind out of the south at 7, up to about 15 at times here, and the barometer is holding steady. The high today was 78 after a morning low of 60. It won't get that cool tonight. 143, the extremes for this date on record. And 1 year ago today, we had quite a bit of dense fog. 86 and 66 was the range. A view tonight of the fountains on Public Square in downtown Wilkes-Barre. Now, a little weather trivia for you, if you don't mind. Did you know that it would take more than 4 average-size hurricanes to fill the space of just one winter storm? Your typical thunderstorm, on the other hand, is only about 8 miles wide. Now, the winter storm and the hurricane are both called cyclones, and they may last longer than 7 days. But an individual thunderstorm might last only about 30 minutes. Let's take a look at that satellite view. It's just in, and I can show you some clouds over Pennsylvania, but no rain over the state now. There are some thunderstorms now, you can see there, west of Pennsylvania, And I think we're in for some rain, finally, I think between now and daybreak Thursday. There is a cyclone way up over central Canada now, but it's typical for the storm track to be that far north this time of year, so that storm will head that way. This trailing cool front, the air just slightly drier behind it, that'll push through on Thursday. There'll be a drop in humidity then, but then I think that very hot weather behind that will begin to work its way in, upwards to 90, as I said, Friday and Saturday. But before that line gets here, an increase in the humidity and the haze outside your window. Here's my forecast coming up for tomorrow. I think a dry start, but kind of a murky, lackluster day. Rain, I see late in the day, some scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm, or could even wait until tomorrow evening for those storms to begin. But otherwise, Honesdale about 80 for the high tomorrow. Lee Park section of Hanover Township near 80 in the afternoon. A few peaks of sun, hazy sun up there. Pottsville 83, Schuylkill County. And Elamsport, Lycoming County, about 82 tomorrow. The wind will be coming out of the south. It'll be quite strong at times. There it is. Sunrise tomorrow morning will occur at about 6:05, and it sets now at 8:14. The sun below the horizon 2 minutes less than it was today. That is above the horizon. Okay, a cloudy night tonight, kind of breezy out there, not dropping off too much, about 65 for the low, near 80 tomorrow. Again, I don't think you'll need the umbrella in the morning, but I think some showers will develop in the haze and humidity during the afternoon into tomorrow night. Thursday, humid to start, then that humidity trails off late in the day behind the next dry front moving through. 83 on Thursday. Brilliant sunshine I see for Friday and Saturday, upper 80s.
Love it.
Looks good.
Okay, keep your cool tomorrow.
You too. Thanks, Tom.
Tom.
They're hoping for fair weather in Clinton County all this week, and what better reason than a county fair? Newswatch 16's Bob Costantini went to the Lock Haven area today to find out what this fair has to offer.
A strong breeze at the fair shows what you can do with old soda bottles. Craftsman Paul Baer is selling these windmills at his stand.
Basically, it's just decoration. People hang them on their porch. The air spins them. The faster they go, the more the colors run together.
That same breeze cools off this woman outside her trailer at the Clinton County Fair. She's Mary Hunter, who helped start the fair 13 years ago. This year, bouts with cancer and pneumonia have forced her to take it easy, but she still wanted to be here.
Well, my doctor had said no fair, but I said I'm really there on vacation, which I am. I'm taking it very easy.
Mary Hunter has stepped down as president of the fair, but says she plans on being here for many more. It's a fair that has grown from 10 acres to many times that size on land now owned by the fair itself. The daytime slowness allows for workers to have a little fun here. That is, of course, with the exception of people taking care of animals here, fighting for the many ribbons to be won. There's definitely fun for young and old here at the 13th Annual Clinton County Fair. It runs through Saturday off Interstate 80 at the Lock Haven exit. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, Clinton County.
Coming up, Joe Zone with an update on the big league strike.
He'll tell us what to expect if you're planning to go to a ball game tomorrow or the next day or the next day. The Sports Watch is next.
Introducing a high-performance machine for your office. Canon's NP7550 copying system. 0 to 50 in 60 seconds flat. Automatically shifts to the right paper size. Zooms up and down. Does two-sided copying from two-sided originals and sorting all automatically. That's why Canon's NP7550 is the automatic choice. So step on it. You've got deadlines to meet.
Two names you can trust. Golden Business Machines and Canon.
Here's an important message from your Quality Plus Ford dealer. The time for a factory-authorized 85 model clearance on all Fords in stock is now. Cars, trucks, vans, all clearance priced to make way for the 1986 models. Get a great clearance deal on the tough compact Ranger pickup or a full-size F-Series pickup, clearance price to sell. This is an opportunity to save you cannot afford to miss. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer now for your 85 clearance deal.
Does your hot dog have great meat taste?
This hot dog is too spicy.
mushy.
Too smoky.
Mine tastes too mushy.
Try Cons. Cons has a great meat taste you're gonna love. Well?
Great.
Cons uses top quality meats, no fillers, no harsh flavorings, for that great meat taste you deserve. Well? Try the great meat taste of Cons.
You're gonna love it.
McDonald's found a whole new way to eat chicken. Grab the #1 nugget and start dipping. McDonald's Chicken McNuggets dipping with the best. Cause those tender chunks of breast and thigh are a step ahead of the rest. And not a lot of calories in #1. Light right finger food fun. It's the good time for the great taste. McNuggets tell you one thing, we really started something. McDonald's.
Pennsylvania Outdoor Life and Wild Kingdom, Saturdays on WNEP.
Well, let's find out if Joe's learned anything since we talked to him at 11.
Yes, I have here the 5th round standings of the Molson Golden Bowling Challenge.
Oh, okay.
This is the stuff we're getting now since there's no baseball to take care of. Billy Young Jr.'s in first place, if you want to know that.
Good for him.
Rick Vitone is 20th. There's Steve Jaros down there, 21st. Charlie Bruno. We'll go to the screen. Let's talk about the strike. You know, we were all so excited earlier tonight when there were reports of progress, a possible settlement. Don Fear, the players' negotiator, says nothing could be further from the truth. Fear says they are still stumped on salary arbitration and that he does not see a way out.
It's really a very sad day in this country, in this part of this century, where you have an industry that operates as a monopoly and nevertheless insists that its employees can't have the benefits of free market competition or an impartial third party without significant restrictions to determine what a fair salary is.
They're going to resume tomorrow morning at 9:30. In Lee's opinion, they have made some progress. Not overwhelming progress, but they made some progress, especially in the field of salary arbitration and the benefit plan.
The Mets, meanwhile, are back in New York. They had stayed in Montreal hoping for a settlement, but they're home now.
How do you feel being in first place?
I could care less about being in first place if we're not playing baseball in August.
In a strike situation, hopefully it doesn't take everybody out of the groove.
How's this going to affect you emotionally when you have to go back to play the game? I mean, do you think the fans are going to support you this time out?
Well, you never know. You would hope they support you, but it's really tough. Being a young player and not knowing too much about what's going on with the owners and everything, it's just learning about it. It's tough on me as a player, and you know, you just hope things work out and we can get back to baseball soon, and hopefully we don't have to be out too long.
So if you've got tickets for tomorrow afternoon's game in New York, and I know there are about 45 kids up in the Abingtons looking forward to going to that game tomorrow afternoon, sorry kids, no game tomorrow. That game, along with the rest of tomorrow's schedule, is probably going to be canceled. They will meet tomorrow morning at 9:30, so that 1 o'clock game you can forget about. Perhaps the only thing to look forward to if you're looking for an end to the strike, in 1981, the last time they struck, they did not talk after the initial walkout for a week or two. At least there is some hope with the talks going on tomorrow that these negotiations will continue soon. Have to hang in there. Pocono Downs tonight. Let's take a look at the third race triple. The number 4 horse is Most Beauty Girl. Straight Talkay and Replicant round out the big triple, 4 and 5 and 1, and it pays $197.40. The daily double, though, is the big number, 6 and 6, 4, 23.20. Fish and game forecast now for tomorrow. Go out early tomorrow. I am told it is going to be excellent. Very early, then the fish are going to sleep in the afternoon and then get back out at it later on.
Take a little nap, huh? Okay, well, we'll
Thanks,
be
Joe.
interested to see what you say tomorrow about what you thought you'd do if they don't strike.
They're still
Yeah,
on
you
strike
still
tomorrow.
haven't told us.
Baseball fans will rally around.
Okay. All right,
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Still ahead, a story that really takes the cake. Pancakes, that is.
But first, here are tonight's winning lottery numbers. The daily number is 986. And the big 4 number is 3058. We'll be right back.
Floor & Wall's carpet inventory reduction sale is on now. You'll save from 10 to 50% off hundreds and hundreds of rolls in stock, ready for immediate delivery. Special savings on remnants, too. This one-of-a-kind sale is going on right now, so hurry in and use your Visa or MasterCard. Fowler Floor & Wall, Capouse Avenue, Scranton.
The one-of-a-kind store. Bronco 2 never made it. S10 Blazer never made it. Only Jeep Cherokee is the triple award-winning 4x4.
Experience it for yourself. Only Cherokee gives you a choice of 2 or 4 doors. Only Cherokee has room for 5 and more cargo space than Bronco or Blazer. And our new 2-wheel drive Cherokee starts at $91.95. Only in a Jeep.
The 1986 Jeep Comanche, coming soon to your 5-state Jeep dealers.
The taste of milk is really tempting.
Milk is der classic. Wunderbar.
Come on up and have a glass of milk with me sometime.
Remember, milk doesn't just taste great. It's one of the all-time great tastes. How about an ice-cold glass right now?
When it's time to make your mind up, make it milk.
Sponsored by the Pennsylvania Dairy Promotion Program.
Look for the SureSave stamp of approval, and you'll find great weekly specials like these.
U.S. #1 white potatoes, 10-pound bag, 79 cents. Heinz ketchup, 32-ounce bottle, 99 cents. Citrus Hills Select Orange Juice, $1.69. And sirloin steak, $1.99 a pound.
When you want the very best, look for SureSave.
Look for the SureSave stamp of approval at a locally owned supermarket near you.
Finally tonight, a story that you'll really flip over.
In fact, this story can stack up against all the rest. It's a story about pancakes. Not just any pancakes, but personalized works of art. Only this artist, Doris Denny of Iowa, signs her mouth-watering masterpieces with her customers' names and writes those names backwards at that. She doesn't know the name. If she doesn't, she'll squeeze out something else.
The only place you can go and get pancakes that say good morning, hi, how are you, or your name.
Do you do something when you come in and get pancakes like that?
Doris does something. She's a fantastic person.
Where else would a chef drop such pleasant messages with her batter but Pleasant Valley, Iowa? And by the way, buttermilk pancakes are Doris's specialty. I'm hungry.
Oh, here we go again. It's always food.
Yeah.
That's Newswatch 16 update for tonight.
Nightline is next. Howard Cosell talking about the baseball strike.
For the team, thanks for joining us.
Good night.
Good night.